Here is what's in the average person's mind. Christian or non-Christian, I'm not enough. Well, if you feel like you're not enough, no wonder you can't accomplish much. Now watch this, my friend. And the devil's slick because he'll make us look at other people and say, oh, that's great for them. But see, you don't understand. See, by the way, you're going to have to learn to break through. Ooh, write this down. Note takers are money makers, by the way, and the weakest ink is stronger than the strongest memory. But Dr. Breakthrough says note takers may be money makers, but action takers are bigger money makers. See, it's good to take notes, but more important, it's better to take action on the notes you took. Oh, come on now. This is good. Man, I like my own talk. All right, here we go. So watch this now. Here's what I used to do to myself. And here's what some people are doing to their businesses. Here's what some people are doing to their relationships. Listen, my friend, it's one thing. It's one thing when you're in a tree and somebody's sawing the limb off. It's another thing when you do it yourself. And I was doing this stuff to myself and looking to blame other people. Oh, blame, B-L-A-M-E, being lazy and manifesting excuses. Oh, come on now, write that down. Blame, being lazy and manifesting excuses. See, some people, my friend, after a while, it becomes easier to stay a victim. After a while, my friend, because now as a victim, you can get some folk to feel sorry for you, and you and the devil can attend the pity party, right? And please don't get me wrong, folks who are hurting and so forth. Yes, I have some compassion and so forth. But at some point, you got to take up your bed and walk. Come on now. By the way, did you ever notice Jesus didn't heal the guy? He just said, take up your bed and walk. Take up your bed and walk. Okay. So here we go. Let me just back up here a little bit. Are we having fun yet? Or am I the only one having fun? All righty. There we go. Thank you. I see that. So success is a journey, not a destination. So here I was back at 11 years of age. Now, first I was being taught by an individual, and his way of teaching martial arts, I didn't like it. He just kept beating me up. And I was like, dude, you're supposed to teach me how to block and stuff first. And he thought if he just beat me up long enough, eventually I would learn. So anyway, so finally we got started. But you can see, my friend, when I joined, by the way, they called me Mr. Baboon. I tripped over my own feet. They made fun of me. A couple of years later, you see it got a little better, right? I kicked pretty high. A couple of years later, I'm laying on a bed of nails, and they break bricks off my stomach while I'm laying on a sharp bed of nails, 150 pounds of bricks on my stomach. There is no way in the world. I used to see people do stuff like this. I was like, man, that's impossible. There's no way, and then I was like, well, maybe they're even demonic or something. I don't know. There's no way you can do something like that. Then one day it dawned on me, if they're doing it, maybe if I get trained, I could do it as well. Maybe if I had a different attitude. See, if you think you are beaten, you are. And if you think you dare not, you won't. If you like to win but think you can, it's almost a cinch you won't. If you think you will lose, you've already lost. For this powerful truth we find, success begins with a person's will. It's all a state of mind. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger woman or man, but sooner or later, those who win are those who first think and then know that they can. Hey, listen, my friend, I'm telling you, my friend, this journey of the martial arts self-defense was not just physical. They started teaching us, the higher you got in the martial arts, it was less and less physical and more mental. Come on now. More and more mental. And that's, my friend, when I started realizing no wonder Romans 12:2 says you're only one way to be transformed, and that's by the renewing of your mind. See, here's why we need mental martial arts. Most people, and by the way, I've got a course, somebody can write this down in the chat real quick, www.30day.com. That kind of rhymes, doesn't it? I'm a poet and don't know it. But anyway, 30daymma.com. I was in prayer and God gave that to me. I was like, wow. So 30-day MMA. So one of the things we teach is, first of all, we're going to teach you how to have a makeover, a mental makeover. Now, you women out there, even men, if you ever seen anyone who had a makeover, a physical makeover, first of all, they look better. Number two, they feel better. And number three, they end up doing better. Why? Because when you look better and feel better, you can do better. Well, guess what? We're going to have a mental makeover. So watch this, my friend. That's the conscious mind. We're going to take out all those I can'ts and replace them with some I cans. As a matter of fact, I'm going to teach you to have a committee meeting with the members of your mind. How many ever heard, give your children some rope? And I like to say that's true, but don't give them enough to hang themselves. Hello, somebody. So watch this. Some of you, like I did, you have given your mind so much rope, now it's hanging you. So call a committee meeting of your mind, and you're going to let them know, hey, listen, I apologize for not establishing my authority and letting you know who I am. But in case you didn't know before, I want you to know now, I'm the boss. Listen carefully. What's going on with COVID-19, with all the domestic violence at all-time highs, suicide at all-time high, my friend, folks, their mind is being messed with, and people say, well, this thought just came into my mind. Just because a thought comes into your mind doesn't mean you have to give vent to it, and you don't take ownership of it, my friend. I remember driving down the highway, my big old motorhome, my family with me on my way to preach somewhere, and something says, flip it over the guardrail. Now, first of all, that wasn't my thought. Secondly, I sure wasn't giving any time to it. And thirdly, I replaced it and kicked it out real quick. But today, my friend, we're so used to amusement. Now, write this down. Means no, muse means think. So amusement, whenever you're being amused, it means no think. So guess what, my friend? They used to say that the smartest guy used like 10% of his brain capacity. By the way, I had a call last night. I had Dr. Ron White on my call. I do a Kingdompreneur Bible success call every Sunday night where I teach on biblical principles as it relates to success. It's amazing to me. I go to these places to speak, and long as if I quote Socrates or Plato or Aristotle, they're like, oh, this guy's educated. Excuse me, this guy's educated, right? As soon as I say the Bible, they're like, oh, brother, here he goes. We didn't think he was one of these Bible thumpers. But see, it's time to tell the truth about the truth. See, I know where Tony Robbins got where he got it from. He might not know, but I know. Where Socrates, I know when Socrates says something, I know where he got it from. He may not know, but I know. Don't get mad at me because I can give you the chapter and verse. Hello, somebody. I'm saying it's time to tell the truth about the truth. And that is, if it's true, it came from the Bible. Hello, somebody. And if the Bible says transformed by the renewing of your mind, question, why would I need my mind to be renewed unless it was in a constant state of decay? Unless, my friend, we are constantly being amused. See, most people don't think, they just think that they think. Hey, watch this. So most people are what I call conformed. They're called what I call sheeple. I was one, sheeple, right? Not people, sheeple. So most people have been conformed. The few who do better have been informed. But the champions and winners, ooh, watch this now, they have been and are still being transformed. Oh, come on now. Like a caterpillar being metamorphosized into a butterfly. Watch this, my friend. Transformation is total different. That's why I tell people, I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not against it. I'm not an inspirational speaker. I'm not against it. I'm the world's first breakthrough speaker, baby. When I get done with you, you don't need me anymore. Hey, watch this, my friend. See, I'm not trying to get the caterpillar to move a little faster, which they need to do. I'm assisting the caterpillar into the cocoon, the dark place, into the cocoon, the lonely place, into the cocoon, the seemingly impossible to get out of place. But I let them know when you come out, you're going to be transformed. Man, I wish, hold on a second. That's good, Dr. Breakthrough. Say that again. Oh, my goodness. I appreciate you, brother. I'm going to take you with me everywhere I go. Okay. So transform, my friend. I got to start winding down, but oh, my goodness. I'm having so much fun. I hope y'all enjoying this because I sure am. By the way, I went to the store the other day. Guy said, I went to get my tires rotated. He said, man, how you doing? I said, excellent on purpose. He said, wow. He said, you like your car? I said, my Lincoln. I said, I love it. What do you mean? I said, if anything mine, I love it. I love my car. I love my wife. You know, I call her my ABCD, my adorable brown caramel delight. I mean, she's eye candy, brain food, and spiritual refreshment in one pack. He said, man, I said, I love my house. I love my country. He said, man, I wish I had more people like that with an attitude like that. I said, well, anybody could if they realize something. Call a committee meeting with your mind and say, I am now the boss. I'm in charge. And this is the way it's going to go. As a matter of fact, we got to fire. So we're going to fire low esteem. We're going to fire doubt. We're going to fire, come on now. We're going to fire, and we're going to hire some new thought patterns. That's what the 30-day MMA is all about. Because again, first of all, remember, like I said, most people have been conformed. The few who do better are informed, but the champions and winners have been and are being transformed. It's a continual process because it's not a destination. It's a journey, my friend, and it's a beautiful journey. So 30-day MMA is, I love what Zig used to say. He said, man, I'd love to change people's lives in just one speech, but I understand I'm really not that good. I'm not that powerful. but if I can let them know about some things that could help them and assist them, those who want. So here's what I did. I designed this 30-day journey to show you how God works. See, what happens was I set it up was 2 Sundays ago. I was praying, and at the end of my prayer time and meditation time, God gave me the idea and concept. I was like, wow, I'm going to have 1 million students one day by the grace of God in this new MMA. And I think we'll have host schools and everything else. But anyway, so I talked to my beautiful ABCD about it. And she's like, baby, that's hot. That's good. And so that afternoon, Sunday afternoon, one of my coaching clients called, and I was talking to her, and she's like, I told her about the ideal. She's like, oh my goodness, I need that right now. Sign me up. And my oldest, my grown son, however much it costs. I said, well, it's going to be a $397 program, but I haven't done it yet. So I'm going, she's like, no, Dr. Breakthrough, you're the guy that always says, if you're waiting for me, you're already late. I was like, okay. I'm starting tomorrow then. Now, wait a minute. This is a Sunday. I have the concept. I'm going to launch it tomorrow. No marketing. No, just I'm going to launch it. So I said, tell you what, I'm just going to charge $30. How about $1 a day? $1 a day for 30 days. So I'm going to take, I put an intention. I'm going to have 100 students to take them through. That way I can use those 100 students to have testimonials and everything else. And then once I have that, then I can launch the thing, right? So I just want to show you how powerful your mind is if you use it properly. So I set my intention. And that following Sunday night, I was lacking 16 students to make 100. So I said, okay, Lord, what do I do? How do I get these 16? And a guy's name came to my mind. I text that guy in the morning and said, hey, I know you got a big database. Would you be willing to send them to www.3030daymma if they want to learn mental martial arts? Because I said, if Bruce Lee were alive, they want Bruce Lee to teach them a few self-defense moves. Well, guess what? I'm still alive, and I'm going to teach them mental self-defense. By the way, people have paid me tens of thousands of dollars to teach them martial arts, physical martial arts, right? Flown me across the country, because when you're a 10th degree black belt, there's less than 100 of us in the entire world, right? Well, what about if a 10th degree black belt can teach you mental martial arts, right? So anyway, make a long story short, he said, man, that's good, but how about I got something better? I said, what's that? He said, I'm doing a call tonight, a mentoring call. Can you be on my call and teach that? I was like, man, I'd love to. Well, when he introduced me, he was talking to the people about how he had nothing to say that week. He said, I had no clue what I was going to say. And I'm like, Lord, what am I going to do? And all of a sudden I get a text from Dr. Breakthrough. And I said, wow, I know that what I'm going to do. I'm going to let him talk. You see how that works? I needed 16 more students. He needed somebody to speak. By the way, when I spoke, not only did we make the 100, we went over it. And so anyway, so the price went back up to $397. But then I knew I was going to be speaking for your group. And I said, you know what? I always love Ziegler's staff and the people here. So we had them knock it back down to $30. So up until midnight tonight. So if you'd like to take advantage of that, fine. It's 5 to 10 minute sessions. And we're in a private Facebook group, 5 to 10 minute sessions. And every day we're taking a journey. We're just taking a journey on mental self-defense. Socrates said, the greatest of all victories is a conquest of one's own self. But see, really, he got that from the Bible. He didn't have no rule over his own spirit. It's like a city that's broken down and without walls, right? Paul said, I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that when I speak to others, I become a castaway. So 30daymma.com, and my time is up. So again, my friend, I appreciate you. And I just want you to know something. I'm closing out. I got to give you a poem, though. The most dangerous people are not the ones who hit you with clubs and rob you with guns. The thief won't attack your character traits, nor belittle your abilities to your face. It likely will be a well-meaning friend who merely crushes your will to win. No, he doesn't rob you of point of gun. He simply says it can't be done. And when pointed to many who already are, he smiles and says, but they're better than we are, personality-wise and abilities too. They're way ahead of what others can do. And it matters not that his words are untrue, for you feel that others must know you. So you're robbed of your hopes, your dreams to succeed, robbed of the faith that makes you believe, and left to doubt if you ever achieve. So the deadliest of people is not he with a gun, but he or she who tells you it can't be done. For that taken by burglars can be gotten again, but nothing can replace your will to win. Hey, my name is Dr. Stan Harris. I'd like to be your mental mentor. I'd like to be your mental sensei, Japanese word for teacher instructor. So go to www.30daymma.com, and I believe your life and your mindset will never be the same again. God bless you.
Thank you, Stan.